HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
And by Webster First Federal Credit Union, providing financial products with attentive customer service to the local families and businesses of Hopkinton. Visit us at websterfirst.com. Welcome to this best of edition of HCAM News. Tom Nappy at the anchor desk to recap some of the great news stories from throughout this past year. On this edition of HCAM News, Weston Nurseries hosted their first Blooms, Brews, and Barbecue event and raised some great funds towards the Jimmy Fund Walk to fight cancer. The town of Hopkinton had a great turnout for the first annual Hopkinton Family Day event, and we have more great memories from this past year. But first, the Board of Selectmen approved to name the new DPW facility after a huge community contributor, Tom McIntyre. The Board of Selectmen discussed naming the new DPW facility on 83 Wood Street after a well-known contributor to the Hopkinton community, Thomas McIntyre.
We made a presentation or a proposal, I guess you'd say, to rename the newly constructed DPW garage after Tom McIntyre. Tom was a guy who lived in town for his whole life, his parents his whole life. Tom was on the fire department. Tom would bail out the town repeatedly in many, many different means. Tom was very, very big into the history of Hopkinton. He took an old engine, old fire truck that was buried behind, not buried underground, but buried in the weeds behind the Station 2, restored it professionally out of his own pocket, and has used it for many, many charitable things and ceremonial things for the town. He is the epitome of Hopkinton, and for many, many reasons that I could go on for hours, but that last budget thing kind of took the wind out of my sails. So for many, many reasons, we find it, many people find it very appropriate to name something significant in town after Tom. I know that if Tom were sitting in front of me right now, he would be red-faced and embarrassed that we were recognizing him in this fashion. And unfortunately, Tom's not sitting in front of me doing that, because it's been a very tragic 6 months, I guess. It's 5 months. And regardless, just the ability, everything just seemed to work perfectly timing-wise with the new facility and what Tom has done and what he means to Hopkinton to rename the DPW after him.
Department of
It's a big barn.
What did you have there, Brendan?
The Thomas J. McIntyre DPW Town Barn.
You strike the word town.
Strike the word town.
I was thinking strike DPW.
I'm good with striking DPW, the Thomas J. McIntyre Town Barn. I love it.
Yeah.
I like that.
For political correctness, I was going to throw DPW, but you know what? It wasn't a DPW.
Thomas J. McIntyre Town Barn.
Yep.
Love it.
Awesome.
So, just real quick, there's been a lot of stories about Tom. I'm not a townie, to Jim's point, a little while. All my kids are townies, by the way, but I'm not. Well, that's not true either. A couple more are league. But 3 of them are. I met him, first time I ever met him was setting up the Stonehenge at the CAA. And he showed up with his bulldozer, and I think Danny was with him, because I knew Dan, but I didn't know who this Tom McIntyre guy was. This was 15 years ago, probably now. Or maybe not that long ago, but he jumped out of this thing, because I was there, I was the chair of that committee, and I had no idea, what was going on. I go, hi, I'm Brian, I'm the chair of the committee. Well, I'm Tom McIntyre, we're gonna do this, 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 and this, and this. They go, Okay, good. Let's do it. That was my first meeting, so that was probably a little bit of that forgiveness for permission thing. But he did an awesome job there. And I really I enjoyed getting to know him a little bit over the years. I wish I knew him better. But I think this is a tremendous honor for him and his family, his extended family, his mom, his brother, his in-laws, everybody. I mentioned a few times now, I'll probably do a lot more this year as I wind down, I think. But in my years in Hopkinton government, 17 years now, I don't remember us naming anything after any Hopkinton resident. We've named a few things along the way, Marathon Elementary School. That makes a lot of sense. Other things, but we don't do this very often. I just don't know when we've done it. It's a big deal in that regard, in that we just don't do this a lot. And I think that speaks to his character and the character of his family and all they've done for the community. And I'm really excited, Brendan, that you're spearheading this, and I'm with you 110%.
So just to clarify, because maybe I'm getting tired here, it's going to be the Thomas J. McIntyre Town Barn, right? I think we got to get that, like, that's exactly what we want. Everybody good with that? Thomas J. McIntyre Town Barn.
Yep.
Okay. I don't want any typos.
Okay.
It's awesome.
We got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's unanimous.
Awesome. Thank you very much, board and people in the town that supported this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody, for your patience.
The first annual Hopkinton Family Day event took place this past summer. After over a year of planning the event, it was a huge success and drew a huge turnout. Here is a look at the wonderful Hopkinton Family Day event. On Saturday, September 16th, the Friends of Hopkinton, along with the help of many community members, hosted the first Hopkinton Family Day event. The event featured business vendors, a wide array of entertainment, and of course, some great local food vendors. Here is a look at the festivities.
Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci doing Who's Name First. Kids can take a breather, you won't know this. Hey, Joey, how you doing? You see these guys on this baseball diamond? They got some pretty weird names. Yeah, like who? That's right, who? Who's the guy on first? Who? I'm telling you, who's on first? Who? Who's the guy I'm talking about? Who he is? I don't even know what you're talking about. Who, Joey, who? Who? What am I, an owl? You know who's on first? A dead guy, all right? That's not funny here. Forget about it. You want to talk about the guy second? This is a bad idea. There is no editing here.
All right, Don, great event here today, great turnout. Can you talk about your role with this Hopkinton Family Day event and how the day has gone so far today?
Sure. Actually, I'm wearing two hats with the Friends of Hopkinton on the committee that has planned this, and I'd have to say they did an excellent job. This has been in the works for about a year now, and countless meetings and hours have gone into planning it. It's just been fun to be on that committee, and also I'm with the Hopkinton Lions Club that we sponsored and held the dunk tank today, which we're very pleased was very popular, especially with the little children. They had a great time dunking these local celebrities, if you will. So we've had that, and then I'm just following Carter Allen, doing the announcements right up until for the rest of the evening leading up to the fireworks. So we're pleased. It's been a great turnout. It's been warmer than we expected, but it's better than rain. So yeah, it's been a really great time.
Pat and I were scheming about 7 or 8 months ago, but Pat reached out to me and my band to play tonight right before the fireworks, and then there's a whole lot of entertainment that's going on before that, and Pat and I go way back in town here playing the policeman's ball over the years and stuff, but we're honored to be here. Hot Acoustics is my band, and we're going to go on about 7:30.
All right, Pat, what's your role with
Well,
you?
it's great. I'm a member of the Friends of Hopkinton, and we've been planning this for over a year, and everything just gelled together incredibly, including the weather. Couldn't ask for a better day. We had great participation. We got about 30 organizations in town with booths and games and stuff all over the place. We got inflatables, and what a great entertainment card we had today. And you probably missed it, but we had Amanda Maffei was on early. We had Roger Cabler. ESL is on right now. We got Barbara Kessler coming on at about 6:30. Then of course Hot Acoustics coming on at 7:30. All capped off with fireworks at about 8:30, a little thereafter. So if you haven't been here, it was an incredible day, and we're looking forward to next year for our second annual.
And I know a whole lot of planning went into this event as well. Can you just talk about how long it took to plan and some of the process of planning this event?
Well, it's about a year ago we brought it up, and it started off with the monthly meetings in the beginning. And if I could just go, great shout outs to the Hopkinton DPW. They've been incredible and helped us out with all the roads and all the signage and all that. Hopkinton Police Department and Hopkinton Fire Department. They've all reached out and they've all helped us in the school system. We're at the Hopkinton Middle School right now. Their work has been nothing but very gracious and helped us out. Superintendent McLeod and everyone else in the school department really did well.
I think you covered it pretty good, man. Well done.
Appreciate
I don't know how
it.
you can just repeat that, please?
Yeah.
The HCAM booth going, Mike?
I tell you, it's been fantastic. The people are great. Everyone's having a blast here. We've had a bunch of kids come over, and they played TV reporter. They thought all the equipment's cool, and I was very surprised at how many of them knew HCAM. We've got a lot of fans out there in the school, so. But it's been a beautiful day. Everyone's having a blast. The people are really coming in now that Polyarts is out, so just can't wait for those fireworks.
All right. What we got over here? What's this equipment over here?
Oh, we got everything from Samurai Record Deck. Been showing off our TV channel and our website on the laptops. And this is a portable switcher. This is what we take out on the roads to do multi-camera productions. And of course, video cameras.
All right.
Terrific.
As part of the Hopkinton Family Day event on September 16th, the annual Lumberjack Show took place. This was the third year of the show. The Lumberjack event started as one of the many Hopkinton 300th anniversary events in 2015, but became so beloved by the community, Joe Regan and his crew kept it going on an annual basis. This year's Lumberjack event featured many various activities that allowed the participation of all ages.
We start over in the far corner with the ever popular axe throw, of course. This year we have tomahawks, for the little kids, which is going off great. And we do crosscut sawing and buck sawing over there. We got kids events over here. You can see one trying to roll the log there now. Little disc stacking event over here where the kids get these little wooden discs, put them on a tray, run around the bases. And new this year, we get the pulp toss, of course, and new this year we get the maple sap run, which takes a little longer, but they have to put wood in a wheelbarrow, run it over some obstacles, throw it through the cellar window, put it in the stove, run over and get the bucket of sap hanging from the maple log over there and bring it back. And I think the three kids, the volunteers that we have in the orange shirts, just nailed it. 4 athletes, you can see them, boom, boom. And yeah, it's a great turnout. You don't know, anytime you do this, you have no idea who's going to show up. And once they get into it, it's a lot of fun. Very rewarding for them to come. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Trust me.
Hopkinton community seems to really take a liking to this show.
Yeah, they have. This is our third year. I'm sorry, this is our third year. Didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah. And once you start it, and it's something for everybody, which is the best part, really. Everybody can do it. And like you said, the weather is great today. Right now, it's a little hot, but that's okay. It's better than cold. One year, we had snow the first year down here. You might have been here then. So this is great. Another hour, and we take the winners, and we go up the stage, up the back of the school, and we give all the trophies to the first place winners only up there.
HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Golden Pond Assisted Living, honoring resident choice, dignity, and independence. Our health and wellness focus keeps residents active. Golden Pond, state-of-the-art senior housing and healthcare services.
Hi, my name is Margie Wiggin, and I want to invite you to join me for my new show, Character Matters on HCAM. We're going to talk about why do people choose the behavior that they choose? Why do they choose to be good? We're going to hear from people in history, we're going to hear from local heroes who make great choices, and we're going to hear from some puppets who talk about things they've seen, and they're going to say, "What? Did you see that?" "Yes, I did." Please join us.
Have you ever considered texting and driving? If so, you should know the consequences. If caught texting and driving for the first time, you could get an $100 fine plus your license taken away for 60 days. The consequences only get worse the more you get caught. Even if you don't get caught, there could be serious effects. You could get into a car accident and hurt yourself or someone else. Texting and driving is a very dangerous combination, so stop before this happens to you.
For many years, owner of Weston Nurseries, Peter Mezzett, along with family and staff, has participated in the marathon-length Jimmy Fund Walk to fight cancer. This year, Weston Nurseries hosted their first ever Blooms, Brews, and Barbecue event to raise money towards the Jimmy Fund Walk. Weston Nurseries hosted their first Blooms, Brews, and Barbecue event. The fun-filled afternoon featured music from various local bands and some of the best barbecue vendors and breweries around the area. All proceeds go towards the Jimmy Fund Walk.
So a big turnout for this event today. How's everything going so far?
Pretty good. I think it's around 2 o'clock right now, and everything's going very smoothly. Music's good, food is excellent. There's a lot of good beer here. Some real specialty beer here. That stuff sells out quickly, I'm finding out. But yeah, our staff is having a blast, all for a great cause. I think we're on our way to raising some good funds for the Jimmy Fund this year.
A good friend of Weston Nurseries, Steve Eastridge, helped put the Blooms, Brews, and Barbecue festivities together.
Talk about how you got involved in helping with this event.
So,
Your dog likes other dogs,
an
right?
acquaintance of mine works for Weston Nurseries, and he had previously had been a sponsor of an event I run every year in Lexington, and they were looking to do something on this field, and so my acquaintance suggested a barbecue fest, and then they called me up and I came in and started consulting.
Excellent. I understand you have connections with a lot of the vendors that are here today.
Yeah, so I run a fest. I've been running a fest in Lexington every. It's the weekend before Labor Day. Do I get to pitch my fest? It's the weekend before Memorial Day every year. So after doing it for 7 years, you tend to get a lot of phone numbers and email addresses in your black book. So we found some reliables. I met a few new people that are closer to Hopkinton, and there we go. Yeah.
And how you like it? It looks like it got a great turnout today.
Yeah, I think we're doing all right. It's a beautiful day. It doesn't feel like, the forecast was like 65 degrees, and it certainly feels warmer than that in the sun. So I think people are having a good time, and they're circling around the beer tent and the barbecue tents and listening to the music play. Kids are running around. There's dogs everywhere. You can't ask for a better time.
Has a little bit to do with beer. seeing as how this is a beer fest, I thought it would be appropriate. How's the barbecue? I haven't tried it yet. Is it good? Cool, I'm hoping in about 40 minutes I'm gonna get a chance to try it. It smells delicious.
While I dream of fire, your hands are tied. While I fake desire, you stand in line. But now I'm drunk all the time. There's nothing left to decide. Stumbled into this life. I'm just along the ride.
That will just about do it for this edition of HCAM News. Don't forget you could stay up to date with everything Hopkinton by checking out our website hcam.tv as well as our Twitter and Facebook page. Be sure to head over to our website to view pictures and videos from throughout our community and also to stay up to date with upcoming events. If you have a Hopkinton related video, photo, or story idea, I want to hear from you. Email me at news@hcam.tv. With your help, we'll cover even more of our community. For everyone here at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We leave you now with the current community listings and upcoming government meetings. As always, thanks for watching HCAM News. Take care, and from all of us at HCAM, we wish you and your family a very happy holiday season. Last week, the Hopkinton School Committee interviewed and hosted a public forum of the 4 final candidates for the Hopkinton School Superintendent position. The 4 candidates include current Assistant Superintendent of Schools in Southborough and Northborough, Gregory Martineau, current Assistant Superintendent of Franklin Public Schools, Peter Light, current Assistant Superintendent in Hopkinton, Dr. Carol Cavanaugh, and current Superintendent of Uxbridge Public Schools, Kevin Carney. A decision is expected soon. You can view all the public forum and school community interviews on our YouTube page, youtube.com/HCAMTV. Is your child looking to participate in Hopkinton Little League Baseball or Softball? Well, it's time to register. The deadline to register is December 31st. You can register at hopkintonlittleleague.org by clicking Register Now. This beautiful picture was taken by our own Mike Terosian, and it's a pic of the town common after our first snowstorm of the year, dropping 6 inches of snow throughout the area. A couple days later, the menorah was put on display at the town common to kick off Hanukkah. This picture was taken by Eric Carty of the sunrise on the lake the day after the snowstorm hit the area. After the snowy Saturday, it was a beautiful sunny Sunday. Hopkins School hosted their annual winter concert. It was a packed house for the event. We'll give you a glimpse later in the newscast of the show. Despite snow hitting the area last Saturday, Boy Scout Troop 1 kept busy selling Christmas trees and wreaths. Get down to the CVS parking lot to purchase a tree or Christmas wreath very soon before they are all out. The Boy Scouts will also be going around town January 6th and 13th to collect the disposed of trees. The Middlesex Sheriff's Department welcomed 34 new corrections officers this past week. A ceremony was held for the graduates from its 41st Basic Training Academy at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. For the 20th consecutive year, Elmwood hosted the annual swearing-in ceremony for their We Deliver program. The program allows students to learn what it's like working to operate a post office. The program helps build skills, teamwork ability, as well as other applicable experiences which relate to the real world. Principal Ann Carver explained the program at the ceremony.
So today is a We Deliver ceremony, a swearing-in ceremony. As I've already said, has a 20-year tradition, and this program is offered in other areas, I believe, around the country. It's not specific to Elmwood School, but it's something that we've been doing here for a long time. And there's a pretty rigorous process to be a part of the postmaster position. So standing beside me is Carl Sagami, who's the postmaster in Hopkinton, and we mimic our procedures a little bit after the procedures that happen in real life. And so if you decide you're in 3rd grade and you decide you want to be a postmaster, this is what happens. Mostly what happens. You indicate to your families that you'd like to be considered for a postmaster, and we set aside a day. This happened right before Thanksgiving, and everyone who scored a perfect score on the written test was advanced to the next stage of our procedures. So then folks came back on a 2nd day to write an essay, and the title of their essay, for kids who scored 100%, was Why I'd Make a Good Postmaster for the We Deliver program. And so students submit their essay to the office. We take the names off the essay,